one of our dreams a while ago could have literally killed our children.
This is the Sprinter Mom with Lashes On podcast.
All right, really fast. Sara here, Sprinter Mom with Lashes On. I just want to tell you the craziest, well, not craziest, because a lot of crazy things happen to our family, but I just want to say there was this situation once that I want to highlight because I think it's a good example of how my husband and I are slightly crazy, or we make big decisions, irrational decisions sometimes, even though we pray about it and go through all the things. There are some situations where we've dreamed big, and that's one of our center's values, is that we have big dreams, but it's also like Ryan to get those dreams. And so one of our dreams a while ago could have literally killed our children. And I mean that in a nice way, but actually they could have been dead. So before we decided to take in the set of 5 siblings, we were looking at property. We wanted to live on more property. We had a great home. It had a backyard, but we were on a hill. There wasn't really much room to run around. And so we called up our good friend realtor, and she, of course, is always willing to jump in her car and show us properties. And so we went to this property in Levine. And for those of you who live in Levine, you'll know what I'm talking about. For everyone else, I'll just give you the picture of it. But she found this property, and it was on land, and it actually had horse stalls. It was beautifully remodeled. It had a view of the city. We were already living kind of on a mountain, and so this was an even better view. And we go to this house, and at this time we have the 4 kids at home. Mind you, they can all swim. They're all pretty athletic, so we're not too worried. But we go to this house, we're looking through this house, and we like it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. The views of Phoenix are phenomenal. They had a beautiful waterfall, in the front yard area that was peaceful, and it went a little, it was not just a waterfall, but then it was a little bit of kind of flowed out, which to my husband is where his peace comes from, is just sitting around running water. And so we were like, oh my gosh, this is meant to be. Look at this running water stream. Here we are. We love the home. The price was a little much, but we loved the home, and we thought, could we do this? Could we not? Now, let me tell you, this home was sitting on probably a 50-foot cliff, maybe a little higher. So not only did we have to drive our car up, 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 but there were 2 ways to get to the house. One way was on a ledge, and the other way was slightly safer. So we're standing at the top, we're looking out all over the valley, and we're like, this is a dream. And then we look around and we're like, we can never have friends over because some of our friends have small children and they will fall off the cliff. They will fall off the cliff. If our kids jump on bikes and accidentally take the wrong turn, they will fall off a cliff. And so here we are dreaming big. And instead of just right away saying no, we come up with ideas to make it work. We look at how much fencing costs. We look at some of the barriers. Some of our friends are also on a cliff, and they have this beautiful glass fence. So we're in our minds going through all the things where most normal people would be like, oh, there's a cliff. We can't ever have people over. We'd always be nervous and watching. Let's just not move here. Ryan and I go, well, what can we do? What can we fix? How much money will this take? The renovations, all these things. And that's where the crazy starts to go. And the other day I was thinking, I feel like God always has us, because a year later, we would have fallen in love with these 5 kids, and we would have either had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a special fence, or we would have had to move. And I'm telling you, that's where I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes our crazy could literally kill our children. They're going to fall off a cliff. Do we cliff jump when we're on vacation? Yeah. But do we want to be on a cliff at all times? No, we don't. We tried, but eventually we came to our senses and realized, too much money. We'll never be able to let loose. People can't come over and have a drink and then jump on a horse and go off a cliff or not watch their kids. That could have happened. And so I'm here to say we're all alive and well. We are on flat ground. And although we love dreaming big and we love looking at homes, it's kind of like a hobby. We will not be living on a cliff near or around one anytime soon.
Thanks for joining us today for the Sprinter Mom with Lashes On podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. We'll see you next week.